Hello and welcome everyone. Good evening or good morning, as whichever part of the world you are in and when you will watch the video. So we are back with our second video on NLP Communication Model. So I'm Liipi Banerjjee.
I'm Chaitaley Goswamii, and today we will walk you through the NLP Communication Model. In our last video, you must have heard and seen what NLP is. It is not about proof. It is the results that we get. In this particular episode, we will talk about how the mind works and what propels us to produce a particular type of behavior. Post this episode, you will become aware of the factors that influence perception of reality and how mind creates its own reality. This awareness will surely make you powerful, as you will understand exactly what makes people think the way they think. This will in turn make you respect other person's model of the world, and hence will become more popular and sought after. And when you have this knowledge and operate with this knowledge, trust me, you definitely will be able to succeed in all your relationships, whether it is professional, personal, and hence you will be powerful, affiliated, and successful in all your endeavors. Who created or who developed this NLP communication model? It was developed by John Grinder and Richard Bandler. Let us really look at what this model is all about. Do you know that there are 2.3 billion bits of information that the mind receives every second? Yes, 2.3 billion bits of information every second is getting bombarded into your mind. Does mind take all of this information inside? Well, no. Only 134 bits of these information is absorbed by our mind. Now, are all of these 134 bits of information absorbed and processed at the same time? No. These information are processed in bits and pieces as 7 plus minus 2 chunks. What would that mean? This means that out of the 134 bits that is absorbed by the mind, only 5 to 9 pieces of information is being processed at the same time in the mind. The question comes that what makes or how does the mind chooses this 134 bits of information from the 2.3 billion that it receives? Well, the mind has filters. Just like there are sieve to sieve out the tea, similarly, the filters act as sieves in the mind to sieve out the information that is required or that is needed. So these are the filters that we have in the mind, which finally determines what has to be kept and what does not have to be kept. And all of these filters undergo, or all of this information, when it goes through the filter, is either the information would be deleted, either the information would be distorted, or the information would be generalized. Now, that is how the information gets processed in 7 plus minus 2 chunks via the filters by the process called deletion of information, distortion of the information, or generalization of the information. Now, once this is done, then the information is combined with the physiology of the person and the state of mind of the person, which becomes the actual representation of the mind. This representation of the mind is called the internal representation. Let us again take a step back and understand this internal representation a little differently now that we know how the things process. Now, we have said that through the external environment, the mind will receive a lot of information, which is about 2.3 billion in 1 second. 134 bits of information gets absorbed in the mind via the filtering process. There are various filters, and we will learn about these filters in a while, through the process called deletion, distortion, or generalization. Now, once this happens, then there is a creation of that information inside the mind. So there is this external factor or external event or external situation that we are absorbing, and then we are creating an internal image of this external event when it goes through the process that we have just talked about, the filtration process, and either deletion, distortion, or generalization. An image is created inside the mind. This is the internal representation of the external event. Once this internal representation is created, it interacts with the physiology and the state to produce the external behavior. So any behavior that we do, any action that we do, is dependent upon how we are forming the internal representation, how we are reacting through our physiology and state to give out the behavior. This is, in general, the NLP communication model all about. We will talk about the filters a little more in detail so that you understand how these filters affect the way we create the image of an external event in our own mind. How do we create our own internal representation? I would like
Okay.
Liipi ma'am to talk about the internal
Okay.
representations more.
So basically the event, okay, the event which is happening or any situation, any information which we are taking in, which we are receiving, okay, through our five senses. So we call it VACOG, okay. So VACOG is visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, and gustatory. Okay, so we take information through these five senses and then undergo the process of, like Chaitaley was talking, of deletion, distortion, generalization, as known in the NLP world. So if I talk in general language, what is this deletion? In very one sentence, if I can say, is whatever we are hearing, like it's like Chinese whisper. We all know Chinese whisper. Like, so Chaitali tells me something, then when I am telling it to someone else, like my husband, my son or daughter or anybody, something is lost in it. And again, when they are narrating, something is lost. So this way, by the time it receives the filters, so deletion happens. And distortion, as the name says, distortion is she is telling me something or I am telling her something, I am receiving it, but because of certain, internal programming of mine, I am distorting it. There's nothing good, bad, right, wrong in it. It's just our conditioning, our programming. As a result, what she wants to communicate, maybe I'm receiving it in a different way, distorting it a little bit. And generalization, as the name suggests, that we say, like, everybody tells Liipi that you are becoming, you're putting on weight. So this everybody is generalization. Do really everyone who meets me, sees me, tells this about me? No. So this is what is generalization, and we use generalization like left, right, center in our daily life, in our conversation. Okay. So now this happens, like I said, due to the filters of our mind, our conditioning, our programming. So there are 7 filters, major filters. Okay. So that is, one is called STEM. STEM means space, time, energy, matter. So the information which we are receiving is given priority or importance based on either of these factors. Okay. And then comes values and beliefs. These values and beliefs are a very, very strong filter. It's acquired filter. Every individual grows up with some value and belief. There is family conditioning, family values. Then something happens with us. As a result of that, we form certain beliefs. They may not be right. That might have happened only once, but we form a belief. Okay. So that's why I'm saying that this filter is very strong filter, and this determines whether a data has to be deleted, distorted, or generalized. For example, another example, like there's a group of people who are non-drinkers. Okay. They don't drink, and these group will have no information on alcohol or tobacco or anything. They don't have any kind of addiction. This is despite so many advertisement, okay, that they watch. So that data, in this case, that data is being deleted because of some value or filter. Automatically they are deleting that based on their values. Okay. Then comes meta programs. The word meta is nothing but it's beyond. Beyond means the usual conditioning of our mind, usual programming. It is beyond that. Everybody has these meta programs. Okay. They are basically how people react to situations. Like some people, they take risks. So let me tell you, I don't take risks, like especially, I shouldn't say that. I'm not very adventurous, just, oh yeah, let's go, scuba diving, jumping or something. No. And this is a kind of risk. There is always a risk to a life. So some people are risk takers, they thrive in that, while others are very calculative and play safe. Like, so in my case, even the bungee jumping, the amount of data I will collect, and um, and then I will calculate this, the weather, the air, it does not remain a spontaneous thing. It becomes very calculated. So basically I am playing safe. Then comes attitude. Attitude, we all know, is basically uh, how anyone look towards a task. Some have the attitude, they are go-getters. Okay. Some will immediately say, no, this is not possible. Okay. So this is the attitude, how we are looking at things. And then comes language. Again, language and memories both are very strong filters that would again either delete, distort, or generalize any information. Example, a person who speaks English or an English speaking person, okay, will simply delete any information which is based on other language. So now we can say that, okay, he does not understand. So yeah, so that is one of his filters, like language filters. So it will automatically, he won't even bother. It will be deleted. Okay. So now comes the decision. Decision is made based on the past beliefs, and hence it affects our perception, means our viewpoint. Basically, it colors, okay, our outlook, general outlook to life. So somehow we take certain decision, and lifelong, unless we change it, it colors our life, okay, our outlook for that situation. So again, as a result of this decision which we have taken, it is deleting, distorting, generalizing info based on decisions taken in some prior, you know, maybe months, years, whatever. So now basically, if I summarize, uh, there is presuppositions in NLP, which we will come to later on. So one of them is the map is not the territory. So basically, this internal representation, the IR that we make about an outside event, are not essentially the event itself. The event might be completely different. The communication, the person, what he or she wanted to communicate was completely different than what we perceived because of our filters. So what happens is that there is an external event, and we run that event through our internal processing. Okay. So, and then we make an IR, that is internal representation of that event. And this IR of the event then combines with a physiology, okay, to create a state. The word state refers to the internal emotional state of the individual. So we make an internal representation of the event. Then that event is combined with the physiology to create the state. The emotional state of an individual can be happy, sad, motivated, uh, demotivated, depressive, anything. So all of these then determine the behavior of an individual. So surely, I'm sure this has been a very informative episode. So the more you understand the IR of an individual, the more powerful, affiliated, and successful will be your journey of life. In short, if we understand our spouses, our children's IR, we'll be better able, better equipped to deal with them. So this is in every scenario, be it in office, be it even a vendor with whom we are dealing on a daily basis. We are buying our vegetables and all. So even they have IR when they are coming to us. Okay. So now, before signing off today, we have a quick activity for you all. Okay. Please follow the instruction in the next slide and leave your answer for each question number in the comment section. And we will let you know the answers. We will discuss the answers in our next video. Thank you so much for watching this. And please do not forget to like, subscribe, and also please complete the activity. It will be fun, I promise you. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll quickly talk about the activity. First activity for this episode is you have to read the sentence, and please do read it only once and count the number of F's in the sentence. And here goes. Next activity for our episode is would like you to let us know what do you see in this particular picture. What comes to your mind when you see this picture? Now, it should be the first thought that strikes. Put down your thoughts in the comment section below. And we assure you, we will let you know the answer in the next episode. Third activity is, we want you to tell us, what is this that you see here? Please write down the activity number and the answer against each activity number in the comment section. It will be very, very interesting when you do this exercise. We will definitely come back to you with the answers in our next episode. I'm sure you have understood a lot about internal representation, the different filters of mind, how we react and why we react the way we react to an external event. And this must have been a very, very knowledgeable session for all of you. Thank you again. And as
Yeah.
Liipi said, please do like and subscribe our channel here.
And any
Thank you so
questions,
much.
yeah, any clarification, please do write in the comment section. We will do our best to answer it. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.